Hi, this is Glenda. I have been playing with cut and fold, which is also known as lattice and diamond folds, and I think cut and tuck or something some people call it. This gives you all sorts of different looks. Vellum works beautifully with this technique. You can obviously get some masculine looking cards, and you know, there's a whole range of things you can do with this. So I'll quickly do one of my summaries on it. And I've used another bandana. Okay, so this has recently become very popular again with Spellbinders cut and fold dies. And these are great. This is the sort of thing you can do with the die. It's going to give you the simplest, cleanest look of doing these, but it's also the most expensive. Not everybody can afford these dies. I have one that I got on special, and of course it only gives me one type of fold. You get 3 dies in it. Christina at Card Making Magic had this brilliant tip to use an unused dryer sheet to wipe over your die, because they are really hard to release when you first get them, and that worked beautifully. The first few times after wiping it you can get a bit of a residue on your paper, but it seems to be wearing off and the dies are releasing better. I haven't had it that long, so there's a more romantic looking one. In its absolute simplest form with these, you can simply use a template. And I forgot to get a piece of cardstock. Sorry about that. I'm assuming everybody watching this has a computer. If you don't, you can actually draw lines. What you need for the most basic form of this is simply some diagonal lines of alternating lengths on a strip of paper. There's a number of sites offering templates for this, and I'll try and put a link to at least one in the comments. And that's your cheapest, simplest solution. You're going to have a fold of card, a little bit of, oh, should have opened this already. I always have trouble opening this one. A little bit of removable tape. Put your template on your card. Sorry, I'll get rid of these distracting bits of paper. And you're simply going to cut along these. This is on the fold, so you just keep doing that until you've done them all. I've inked the other side of this so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to simply pull down all the triangles that you end up with. You can tell I prepared this one earlier. And then you simply tuck them in. That can then be a piece down the centre of a card. You know, it can be a narrower designer piece. It can also be the piece on the fold of the card. You can put ribbon through it, but that is the absolute cheapest way to do this, and then if you're creative you can vary the shapes. Okay, so the next level would be metal templates, and these are not cheap. This one was reduced to $10 from $18.50. This one was $6.95, and this is many years ago. These are not recent purchases, and I don't know what this one, this belongs to my daughter, and it is really, really fiddly. The advantage of these metal templates is you can use your knife and go straight on to your finished project with it. You don't have to trace anything. So I did do this one with this with this green one, and then with the tiny one. No, try again. I did this with this one and the tiny one out of here. So this one wasn't too bad at all to do. this was really fiddly, and when I tried a different shape on here, I couldn't do it. I simply don't have the patience. And this was also done with the same die, and yet they look completely different. So that's another way of doing it. Then you can get these plastic templates, lattice folds, diamond folds, that's diamond folds 3. There's any number of these available, so that this gives you the basic angles just like the paper template did, and then you've got more fancy ones for long pieces. These you can do just little cuts, not very fond of those. More fancy interlocking ones to go down the middle, because you trace these with a pencil and then cut them with a knife. So you've got 2 steps, which makes it reasonably fiddly, and these are the sort where you do corners and fold it to get squares. But I've been turning these into digital cut files again, and it just makes it so simple. I mean, there's no way I could cut that out with a knife, and of course the machine just does it brilliantly. So there's really intricate looking piece, and it took a few minutes to do the folding, a bit longer to prepare the actual template, but once it's done, it's done. So this is another method where if you've got a digital cutter file and can make some cut files, you will save heaps of time, have lots more fun, and so that's what I would recommend if you've got one, because it's, once you've already got the machine, it's very, very cheap to do. So here's all my cards again. This is a case where I've done it on the spine, and then I've put another piece as a feature piece. So I mean, I think they're quite dramatic. As I say, they have a newfound interest because of the Spellbinders dies, which, if you have deep pockets, are brilliant. So that's my little summary of cut and fold, and if you haven't seen it, I hope you have fun with it. If you have, I'm sorry. Thanks for watching.